Hi, it's 3:15 in the afternoon and I just got up. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Do you know what I got the other day? Inspiration! I was watching a video by Briley Bishop about how she's a little bit worried about the direction her life is going. I believe she called it a 20-something crisis, and this doesn't appear to be something that's unique to her. Essentially, these people are feeling a pressure to have a life plan, or at least a 5-year plan, or something like that, a direction in which their life is headed. And, you know, time's marching on, you know, you're getting into your 20s, you're making the transition between adolescence and proper adulthood, and there's kind of this, a little bit of social pressure to have a plan now, you know, what are you going to do with your life? Now, allow me to address this in a head-on, but hopefully respectful way. Life is, as you will have probably noticed by now, rather chaotic, unpredictable, and on some really sad occasions, really terribly unfair. Now, take heart. Using an example from my own life, depending on what my situation was, I wanted to be an actor pretty much from when I was very small, but that wasn't the only thing I ever wanted to be. There were a myriad of other things, and they changed due to things like my age, my situation, my social standing, whatever. And I understand I'm very fortunate in some ways that I've had this one thing in my life that I've been able to focus on and really work towards, and that is what I'm doing. However, I think the problem with this anxiety about where to go and what to do with your life does stem quite a lot from school. Now, I went to school in the United Kingdom. We don't have the grade system over here, but what we do have are a whole metric fuck-ton of standardised testing. And at the age of 15, we choose our GCSEs, which are the subjects that are purportedly interesting to us, that we would like to take further, and drop the ones that we don't. And then, after GCSEs, a lot of the time you take A-levels, or you go straight into college, or you then go and seek higher education, because that's what you need a lot of the time now to pursue whatever it is you want to pursue. Side note, it has struck me since I was 15 that this is a monumentally stupid thing to do. You are asking people who are going through one of the biggest, most dramatic psychological changes of their life, to the point where if they went through the same kind of brain chemistry shift at any other point in their life, they would be medically certifiable. This is scientifically proven fact. You are asking them to make decisions and choices about their life that could affect the whole course of the rest of their life at a point when they are practically insane. Insane and have no experience of the world which they're about to be thrust into. With the grade system, it seems even more cut and dry. It's like, well, you know, don't fuck up in the 5th grade, because if you fuck up in the 5th grade, then you're not going to be able to get into 6th grade and 7th grade and 8th grade and 9th grade, and eventually you'll just die poor and lonely. Kids require structure, yes, but they are burnt out on it. You know, they are in desperate need of somebody to just say, go daydream for a while. You know, think all those stupid, fucked up thoughts that teenagers think. The problem is that we at 20-somethings are, well, we kind of see ourselves as expected to have a decent, fully formed idea in our head of where we want to go, and some of us do, but some of us don't. Everybody develops at a different level. My dad is 57, he is still deciding what he wants to do when he grows up. I'm sitting in a house, quite a large percentage of which was built by his own hand. I am about to embark on my 24th Christmas, safe in the knowledge that, you know, we're not about to go into debt over it. My mum also has never set much store by planning your vocation for your life. You know, she's had several different ones and varied ones over the course of her life. You know, we're not a leech on society. We're not terminally worried about dying unfulfilled. You know, we're doing alright for ourselves. The problem, I think, stems from the fact that society has a lot of unrealistic expectations of people, and those expectations do tend to colour the expectations of the individuals in that society. It's okay to have dreams and goals and aspirations, and it's okay to strive for them and plan for them, but don't, whatever the fuck you do, expect them to be fulfilled like it's a certain linear progression. I mean, a good example from my own life was the drama school that I'm currently at. The first time I auditioned for it, I didn't get in, and I was devastated. I thought, this is a massive, great big turning point in my life. If I can't do this, then what the fuck else do I do? I was 21. And what it kind of brought home to me was I had been thinking of my progression through education as this linear pathway that would eventually land me with a good job and a comfortable income. Now, this is the kind of illusion that you're fed at school, that like this is why you're going to school, so you can learn stuff so that you can get a job and be a productive member of society and, you know, have all the bells and whistles and luxuries that we enjoy. But the problem was, I was thinking, okay, you start in primary school, then you go to secondary school, you do all your exams there, then you go to college, and then now I was going to go into drama school. This was higher education, this was the next step on the rung to success. And it fell out beneath me. And I just remember thinking, well, what do I do? What the fuck is it? And there was a 2-week period there where I was completely and utterly inconsolable. But then I realised that I had been thinking rather blinkedly. I had been thinking this was the next step to success rather than one route. So what I did was I kept myself busy for a year. I worked part-time, I did as much amateur theatre production as I possibly could, and then I went along the next year and I auditioned and I got in. Albeit on a provisional place, but I got in. And it was invaluable because in that year I did so much that I would never have otherwise done. One of which, I'm not even exaggerating when I say it, is discovering nerdfighteria. I'm paraphrasing Alex Day here a little bit when I say that I find the question, where do you see yourself in 5 years, ridiculous. Because if I were to look back to 5 years ago, and where I would have said I wanted to be in 5 years then, I am sort of more or less maybe where I might have hoped to be. I honestly didn't know. But more importantly, there are so many elements of my life that are a daily occurrence now that had not entered into my life 5 years ago, that in order to try and predict or even plan for what was going to happen in the next 5 years was ludicrous. The best I could be able to tell you would be where I would like to be in 5 years, and that's really quite vague. All I would like to be in 5 years would be safe, secure and happy, and that is going to be the goal throughout the whole of my life. I don't see that changing. I don't know what I'll be doing in order to do that. I don't know where I'll be. I don't know how much money I'll have. Whatever. I have no idea, no clue what my situation will be, but that is the goal. I want to be safe, secure and happy. However I choose to define that. And I can understand there's going to be a lot of you right now who are going to be saying, but I really don't feel comfortable unless I have a plan, unless I have a goal or anything like that. And yeah, okay, I understand. It's scary not to have a safety net, something to fall back on. I know that. Believe me. But it's a test of character whether or not you can survive without it. And it's a test I really honestly implore you to take. Because if you pass it, which you will do eventually, even if you don't the first time, if you pass it, then no matter where you end up in life, I guarantee you, you're far more likely to be happy with yourself. Apologies for the long break, the weird lighting and the crappy hair. This is a very good example of how you can't really plan things in life. Also, after my last video, I was really kind of dubious about what do I put up next that won't be a massive disappointment after that. Talking about planning and expectation, there's a fine example. But yeah, back now, off for the winter solstice, yay! And yeah, looking forward to working through some of my surplus video ideas with you over the next little while. Oh, also, just letting you know, probably the last person on the internet to do this, but I have just recently started a Tumblr account, Chaotic Causality. If you want to follow me, link below, and tell me how to work that page, please. Alright, thanks for watching, and DFTBA.